blue stardust here. I'm going to do another quick live stream before I clean house. And then I'll be back. I just feel like a burst of energy. So while I have it, I'm going to use it. And that way some stuff gets done. I need to move my bed back to my room. The floor is going to have to wait. I need to clean out here. Get this room taken care of. Of course, clean my room, clean the hallway. Ignore my bed head. I just got up from a nap. I just took a nap not too long ago. So I'm going to try my best to get a lot of stuff done today. And work as quick as I can. And as efficient as I can. While I'm feeling well enough to do it. Put some music on. I got the Maze Runner on right now, but I hope I can move this bed. Last time the bed mattress almost fell on me. So I hope I can move it okay this time. It's a pretty big mattress, actually. It's a queen, but it is freaking heavy.
Next time.
Like, technically I should be having 2 people. But no one else is around, so I gotta move it myself. It's just that my turning the corners are hard. And I had to pull it, and to get it on the bed I had to just flop it down and push it and let it fall. Then I get on the other side and drag it, and that hurt my back really bad. So hopefully this time it'll be a lot easier, I hope. I'm gonna try. Just gotta try and clean up a bit. I haven't been really doing anything the past few days. I've been not feeling really well and sleeping. So I need to get moving on this stuff. I don't want to do it, but got to.
My doctor says I have Skittles pox.
It's been driving me crazy.
Are they contagious?
I don't think so.
Contract the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Looking to lose weight this year?
It's been hard, but
For every 5 pounds you lose, Ally can help you lose 2 to 3
with
more.
adulthood comes responsibilities, sadly.
Being absorbed for the only FDA-approved OTC weight loss aid. Try Ally. The road
You know, once I get it done, though, it's going to feel so much better. Then I can relax, and I'll only have my mother's room to do, and then that'll be it. And then I can get the fuck out of here.
The future is unknown, but your freedom isn't. At
So,
least it doesn't have to be. Be bold. Go.
I just wanted to live stream real quick and
Enjoy the road ahead.
just get things done. And I'll be back. I can actually go back in my room and relax. And get my Netflix back. Watch my series. I love the originals. I restarted the series from the beginning, and I'm on season 1, episode 4 or 5 now. I think it's a lot better than the Vampire Diaries, in my opinion, because you get to see what Klaus's background is and all the Michelsons. So far, my favorite characters are Klaus, because he's so misunderstood. He means well, but what happened to him with his dad, he's not really his dad, but the father Michelson, I forget his name. But the father found out that Klaus isn't really his son, and that's where he gets the werewolf side. And he treated him like a bastard. So Klaus doesn't really know how to express himself without being an asshole. And he's so used to negativity, and when he has his kid, you just see the change in him, and a few episodes made me cry. Like, there was one where he had to give up himself for his daughter, and that shocked me. I started crying like a baby, like, oh my god, Klaus actually showed his soft side. And you see it gradually throughout the seasons. Like in season 1, you see him softening up toward Haley and knowing that, you know, she's pregnant with this child and everything. And I mean, he has his moments for sure. He has his dick moments. But gradually, as the series goes on, you see the man Klaus really is, and it's like, oh my god, he's actually a sweetheart.
We're still not satisfied.
He'll make you cry. Some episodes I got really pissed off about. I don't really like Davina. Davina to me is like a spoiled little brat. Like she's cocky. She thinks that, you know, she's queen. She kind of like pushes them around a bit. Freya, I don't know. I don't know if I really like Freya or not. I haven't really known her character too well. But Klaus, Elijah, Cole, I like. Finn, I don't really know Finn that well either. Rebecca, I like Rebecca. She is a bitch, but I like her. Holy crap. I mean, she is a badass, man. Like, holy shit. And she needs to find love. Rebecca needs someone better than Marcel. Like, because they go back and forth. And they have like a love-hate relationship. And they're trying to get away from Klaus. But she actually deserves happiness. So I hope in the future episodes Rebecca finds that. And actually settles down. Hopefully gets married. It'd be nice to see that. For sure. Elijah needs the same thing. He had Celeste. Celeste was murdered by Klaus. Then Haley had Jackson. Jackson was murdered by, what's his name? Lucian. Literally ripped his heart out right in front of her. That was a freaking sad episode. Oh my god. I was so pissed. Because Lucian was the first person Klaus sired. So he had like the sire bond and whatever. And they compelled Lucian, Aurora, and what's the other guy? Oh, what is it? What's the main guy's name? Not Lucian. Fuck, what's his name? Aurora and... It's her brother. Damn it, I forgot his name. But they compel them to think that they're the Michelsons and they're running away from their father. So, Lucian kidnaps Haley and Jackson and puts, Wolfbane, I think, in their IVs and stuff so they're weak. And he's like, there's only one way to hurt a hybrid. And he pulls back Jackson's head like that, and Jackson's looking at him, and he just sticks his hand inside of his chest and just rips out his heart. And Haley's like she's screaming, and I'm just like, oh my god, Jackson! No! Why? And Jackson is the alpha male of Haley's werewolf clan, and both of them are kind of like king and queen. So it's like, oh my fucking god, why Jackson? No! And that's an episode I cried in, and oh my god. I was so shocked. I didn't think they'd kill off Jackson. Like, holy fucking shit. Oh my god. I actually screamed during that episode. It's funny because my mom and I watched it. And she's like, what happened? Who died? What's going on? I said, Mom, they killed off Jackson. They what? Yes, Jackson just got his heart ripped out by Lucian. She's like, those motherfuckers. I'm like, yes. She's like, I like Jackson. Why did he die? I know. So, that's going to be sad to rewatch because Jackson was trying to help Haley raise hope. You know, because Klaus is in the picture, but Haley and Klaus aren't together. She married Jackson, so their clan would have hybrid benefits. They're all hybrids. So, and she started falling in love with Jackson. Like, he was there for her. He helped her with her daughter, and he took her on as his own as well. And I'm shocked that Klaus actually started liking Jackson too. Because at first they had a little scrap going on. Like, he's like, you're not going to take my daughter away from me. I'm her father, you know. And he's like, well, why don't you stop doing what you're doing? And, you know, maybe she'll, you know, love you more and learn, you know, hey, you're my dad. And that pissed Klaus off. They had a big fight. So, that's what's been going on in that episode. It's like a little rundown. And then you have Aurora. The crazy ex of Klaus.
It was a griever. Don't worry.
Okay.
Stay here with us.
But Lucian was also in love with Aurora.
Suck it in for the neck. Come on.
And Aurora was like the first woman that Klaus was in love with. Like 500 years ago. When they first turned into the original vampires. And so both of the guys were in love with the same girl. And before Lucian made his confession, because he talked to Klaus about it, he's like, hey, I like this girl, Aurora. And Klaus made a carving for her. And Lucian caught her and Klaus together in the church. And he's like, really? You went after her after I told you I was in love with her and I was going to confess to her? He actually he gave Klaus a note to give to Aurora. And Klaus kind of discarded it and went after her himself. And she ended up liking Klaus. So Lucian was pissed. And ever since then, he had a vendetta against Klaus. But Elijah compelled Aurora.
It's hard to believe, but it wasn't always this way.
And that caused some drama. Later on in the series, you'll find out about.
We lost a lot of boys to fear, to panic. We've come far since then.
Aurora tried hurting herself so she'd become a vampire. She did. Rebecca gave her blood because she cut her wrist. And she was about to die and the vampire blood heals. So after Rebecca gave her blood, she dove off a cliff and killed herself. Because that's how it works. You get the blood and then you die. And then you turn into a vampire. But if you just drink the blood and you're alive, it just heals you. So you have to die in order to become a vampire with the vampire blood in your system. So she did that. She dove off a cliff. And then 500 years later, she became obsessed with Klaus, especially after Cammy. Oh, another thing. As soon as Cammy and Klaus got together, which took for fucking ever, she fucking died. She became a vampire, and she got bit, because they made this weapon to, like, what was it? It's the only thing that'll kill an original, is the bite. It's kind of like a werewolf bite, but 10,000 times worse, and it'll actually kill an original, bring them down. And there's no cure. No cure. Even Klaus's blood did not work. So Marcel became this thing, and that episode. They were on the bridge. They were talking, and Marcel already took the elixir to make him become this, but they didn't know that. So they ripped his heart out. And I was like, oh my God, Marcel too? What the fuck? So Marcel comes back as this thing.
Dave & Buster's 4 greatest games are free. 4 of our most popular games: Treasure Quest, Star Trek, Mario Kart,
He bites. I can't remember who he bites. I think Elijah. To get back at Klaus for ripping out his heart. And you just see Elijah like, he's just watching like, because Klaus and Marcel were really close at one point. Marcel was like his son. You know, they raised him. They saved him from his father who beat him, and they hurt Marcel. They have really hurt him and hurt Rebecca.
So, which one of you fellas is having trouble?
And it was so shocking that they killed Marcel. But he comes back as this thing. He's like he's a vampire, but he's like stronger than the original. It's so weird.
Besides low payments, the General will give you credit for any prior coverage you've had in the past 5 years. Let the General help make your life easy.
And then Cole and Davina, like Romeo and Juliet. They sacrificed Davina to bring down the ancestors. And Davina, I have to say, even though I don't like her, she gave them hell and brought down the other world. She kicked ass. Because they sacrificed her, and her job was to bring down the it's kind of like the underworld, but for witches.
In this home, I get to teach these kids that new things
She was in there, and
become favorite things.
they're like, we have to shut this down now. Because things are starting to happen. They were starting to flood the streets. So the veil was like brought down. And Davina, you see Davina like doing her magic, and she's bringing down this other world. And you just see Cole, and he's like, give him hell, Davina. And she did. She did. I must say, she really whooped some ass, and you see the explosion, and everything just stops, and then Cole starts crying. It's an emotional series. Really emotional. I like it a lot better than Vampire Diaries. I can't stand Elena. Oh my God, that girl. She's bitching about being a vampire. Then she turns human again. Then she bitches about being a human. Then she keeps bitching. It's like, what do you want? You were a vampire, then you were bitching about being a vampire, then you got the cure, then you became human, now you're bitching. What do you want? You know? If it were me, I would have stayed the vampire. And she was complaining about having to feed on humans. It's like, oh my God, Elena, suck it up and just do it. You don't have to kill them. Just open a vein, drink what you need, and close the vein, and move on. Quit being a whiny bitch about it, and do it. And the back and forth thing between Stefan and Damon. First of all, shouldn't go from brother to brother. She went to Stefan first, then after Stefan, she went to Damon, then back to Stefan, then to Damon again. Make up your fucking mind, okay? You know, you can't have both of them. It doesn't work like that. That's a little weird. You know. Ugh, Jesus. Just a bunch of mess in that one. That's why I don't like the Vampire Diaries, because Elena's just whining and bitching about everything and always having people to come rescue her. It's like, seriously? You have vampire strength. Use it. You know, quit whining, suck it up, and do it. What the fuck? She's like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Honey, you have super speed. You have super strength. You have fangs. Rip his heart out. Break his neck. Hello? Do it. Don't bitch. Do it. And I got fed up with that series. I could not stand Elena always whining all the time. And then having people come rescue her all the time too. It's like, oh my fucking god, just shut the fuck up, you know? What she wanted, she just kept bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. I got sick of it. I was like, fuck this series. I'm gonna watch something better. And then when the originals came out, I got addicted. I mean, it's so much better. I will admit, though, I will tell you, Stefan does die. And I'll be honest, that episode in the season finale of Vampire Diaries, the ever finale, made me cry. Because Mystic Falls was gonna burn, and Bonnie had to channel like the fire to keep the whole Mystic Falls from burning, and Stefan was stuck in one of the tunnels, and he's like, save Elena. And he saves Damon. And Elena's talking to Stefan. She hasn't realized that he died yet. And he's like, I gotta go. She's like, where are you going? He's like, you don't know this, but I didn't make it. And she's like, what? Yeah, I told Damon to save you. And I sacrificed myself. So take care of Damon. And it's just like, oh my god, Stefan, no, please. And I've never cried so much, other than the originals. It was so sad, because I watched Vampire Diaries from season 1.
It's called The Changer.
And it was sad. Especially when Bonnie got reunited with her grandmother. And at the end of the Vampire Diaries, Elena lives out her life, and she gets reunited with her parents and her aunt, and it's just like, oh, I'm not gonna cry, but I'm already crying. It was like a beautiful ending. Everybody got reunited with everyone. It was awesome. Elena got to work in the medical field like she always wanted to do. She got to become a doctor. Her and Stefan lived out their lives. I think they all became human somehow. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think all of them became human. I think Damon gave up his immortality to be with Elena because she became human. And he didn't want to live without her. And Stefan became human. And he died. And seeing them say goodbye to each other, Damon and Stefan, oh my god, Damon's like, I'm the older brother, you shouldn't be doing this. It should be me. And he's like, no, Damon, Elena needs you. She doesn't need me. And I'm starting to tear up because it was emotional. He's like, she doesn't need me, she needs you. So take care of her and tell her that I'll always love her. I was just like, oh my god. And he's like, Damon, I love you. You know, you're my brother. And Damon, it's like, I love you, man. I was like, oh my god, Damon's starting to cry. Here I go. And Damon, he's a hard ass, you know, to people. He seems like this tough vampire dude. No. He's a softie. He is a big softie. He just puts up a front to be all tough shit and king shit. But when it comes down to it, he loves his brother. And that tore him apart. See his little brother die to save him. He's like, man, it shouldn't be you, it should be me. He's like, look, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. Live your life. Get married. Live on. And remember me. It's just, I can't even tell you how emotional that ending was. You just have to see it for yourself. Words don't describe the amount of emotion in that finale. There's so much emotions, like rage, sadness, happiness. They did that finale perfect. Perfect.
We're going to the maze now.
And then, of course, the originals finale. Before the new season came out. They were cursed. Lucian, Aurora, and... God, I can't remember his other main name. It's Aurora's brother. I forget his name, though. But they find a cursed object that can curse the originals into madness. And they'll end up killing each other. There's a big prophecy. How, like... family turns into foe and blood against blood or something like that. And to save his daughter, Klaus basically says, you know what? You can put me in a sleep to save my little girl. And the others volunteer as well. Elijah, Rebecca. I can't remember if Cole did it too. But they all like put themselves in like kind of almost like a permanent sleep, because they can't die, but they're gonna, with this prophecy, they're gonna killing each other and killing the daughter. So he's like, you can use me and everyone else. Once they wake up, run and never see each other again. So they have to never see each other again. And Marcel, he works everything out after he becomes this monster. He meets Elijah, and he's like, he compels Elijah, because this thing can compel original vampires. And he's like, just let go. Whatever pain, whatever attachment you have to your family, just let it go. Start over. You have a new life. You know, everything that happened didn't happen. And you're just watching it, and you're just like, oh my God. And so Klaus and Elijah end up going to the same bar, and Elijah's playing the piano. And Klaus looks over at Elijah. This is like years after the prophecy and whatnot. And Klaus and Elijah look at each other, and they smile at each other, but they don't say anything to each other, and then they just kind of part ways. So that was another emotional finale. Hey, hi, what's up?
Albie knows what he's doing, alright? And he's better than any of us.
Y'all are just gonna have to watch the series, because I can talk and talk and talk about it, but unless you watch it, you won't understand the emotion in it. It is super emotional. You may cry. You will probably get pissed if you watched it from the beginning, like from episode 1 on. You gotta start from the beginning so you know what the background story is of all of them.
But when those other boys started coming up, one after the other,
but yeah. And The Walking Dead. I missed the frickin' finale of The Walking Dead. I am so mad. That's one series I have actually literally watched every episode. I've missed, because I've been away, I've missed the past few episodes. The last one I've seen was when the tiger sacrificed herself for Ezekiel. Oh my God, I cried in that too. And I'm like, Saba, no, why did you do that? And Ezekiel's like, I gotta help her, I gotta save her, I gotta help her. And zombies are just swarming her. I mean, she whooped some ass going out. I tell you what, she died pretty damn good. She saved Ezekiel. And he's like, I gotta help her. And the guy's like, there's nothing you can do. She's gone. she's gone. You just see him screaming and crying. He's like, no, let go of me, let go of me. I gotta help her. I raised her. I was there for her, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, look, dude, I know. We have to go. She's gone. There's literally nothing you can do for her. She loved you. Don't waste her sacrifice.
Ever wonder what a serum could do for lips? New Blistex Lip
Don't
Serum.
waste it.
Deep conditioning and nutrient rich.
And that's what pisses me off about some of the Walking Dead. People sacrifice themselves for another person, and then that person's stupid and tries to avenge that person and ends up dying. You waste their sacrifice. You know, I know it's hard, but move. Go. You can wait. And I'm kind of scared of what happens on the season finale of The Walking Dead, to be honest. I hope, like, none of the other characters die. So I've been a little nervous about it.
Critics and audiences agree. 12 strong is
But
everything a modern day war ethic should be.
I just, like, back to the sacrifice thing, that pisses me off a little bit, because a bunch of characters done that. You know, their family or whatnot sacrifice themselves for them. And then they just stand there and they think, hey, I'm just gonna go out on it and go into this rage attack and be stupid. And then they end up dying. It's like you just wasted their sacrifice. That person took on the zombies or whoever for you to live, and then you're a dumbass and you try and avenge them then, and you end up dying. You just wasted all of what they've done for you. Go, don't look back, and keep moving, and then plan it out. It's like they should have done. They should have just kept moving and not turned back, and then just done it that way. But they didn't do it that way.
I love meeting new people, diving into different cultures. I'm not a game player. I love
But anyway,
so if you're out there, come find me. Check out Match right now.
I gotta get this stuff done, otherwise I'm never gonna get it done. It's already Thursday, and I'll be back a little bit later. I really want to get this stuff done, at least my room, and then the hallway, and out here, of course. But I shall be back, and then I can stream for a little bit. Maybe show you guys what I'm talking about on the originals. How you guys understand what I'm talking about and ranting about. And truly understand why I'm ranting. Because until you see it and go through the emotions, you're not going to understand why I'm so emotional about it. But anyway, you guys, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. And I'll be back, I don't know when, maybe in an hour or 2 hours, however long it takes me to do this. Might be less. I'm going to try and move as fast as I can. Which can be pretty damn fast at times. So, I wish I can, like, magically clean everything, right? You just snap your fingers and everything's perfectly clean. That would be amazing. But it doesn't work like that. I wish it did, like in Bewitched, just snap your fingers and poof, the whole house is done. Oh, hey, honey, I did the whole house. But anyway, you guys, I love you. Thank you for dropping by, and I'll be back before you know it. Take care.